Valley, Delaware Valley, and, of course, the Jersey Shore. Get a little update from him. He's kind enough to join us for a couple moments on a Tuesday. How you been, Bob?
Hey, I'm doing really good, and I appreciate you having me back on here. Hopefully I brought the Eagles good luck last week when we talked about
I think you did. You sprinkled a little fairy dust. Yeah, absolutely. What'd you think of the game?
I tell you what, the fact that 41 points flew up there, 41-33, my head felt like a bobblehead. I've seen every one of the 52 Super Bowls, either in person or on television, okay, in my sports career, and I've never had neck cramps so much and seeing everything that was going on in this ball game. But it was, I thought it was a terrific game to watch. If you like offense, it was, it was great.
Yeah, you covered what, 22 Super Bowls?
Yeah, I covered 22 of them in person, and also I've seen every one going all the way back to the very first one that Lombardi won with the Packers in '66.
Wow, where does this one rank as a viewer, as a fan to you?
I think, probably in the top 4 or 5 that I've seen as far as a fun game to watch. I mean, I remember, too, when Joe Namath in '69 beat the Colts,
yep.
and, with the Jets. That was an interesting one. And I certainly remember, the Redskins being involved in a couple of these over the years because I covered their team. And I remember when they lost to the Miami.
Sure.
The only unbeaten team.
Yep.
And couldn't score that day, even though they had 2 great quarterbacks on their team with Jurgensen and Kilmer. But certainly I just loved watching this game. It was an offensive game. I like games like this. It's just one of those. I mean, Brady passes for 505 yards. They don't make a turnover. There was no penalties. I think they had 1 punt in the game, and they lose.
I know.
It was amazing. It was amazing. But I got to tell you, after I talk about this football, I want to tell you a quick Bill Belichick story that goes way, 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 way back that you'll get a kick out of.
Go ahead. So what's the update on the footballs and the Make-A-Wish Foundation? We'll get to that.
Yeah, we start out with 5,000 of them. They're made by Rawlings. They're full size. They come with an acrylic display case for $99, and it's going to benefit the local Make-A-Wish Foundation right there. And we're down to probably like the last 1,100 of them, or maybe even less. We're in that red zone territory to sell this thing out for the 5th straight year that we've done this. In a moment, I'll give out a toll-free number. If you haven't gotten your Eagles commemorative, this is an item you're not going to want to, look back on and say, wow, I wish I had done it, because people are going to come into your home and office when they see this full-size football in the display case for only $99, also knowing that it helped out Make-A-Wish kids right in the area. They will just go bonkers when they see this. But I do want to kind of paint the picture, what you're going to get. A couple white panels on the ball. You'll have the official Eagles logo there embossed, not printed, embossed. The Super Bowl 52 logo embossed on that panel. Team records and some of the highlights in the Eagles' history put on that same panel, kind of a history section. The second panel in the middle is a recap of every 2017 regular season game, playoff game, date, score, opponent. So years from now, you'll remember exactly how the whole season unfolded. There's also a special salute to the NFC title when they beat Minnesota. But the big part is on that third panel, it'll say, for the first time in franchise history, Super Bowl champions. There's no other Eagles football out there like this. It's benefiting a great bunch of Make-A-Wish kids in the area to get some wishes. As you know, these kids have some life-threatening medical conditions. So hopefully we can sell the last 1,000 of the 5,000 footballs. Again, they're $99. They come in that acrylic display case. You'll get a numbered certificate of authenticity. Everything is completely licensed. This is not a knockoff. It's made by Rawlings. So get on the phone and give this a number a call. You'll be helping out a bunch of kids and getting yourself something really cool. It's 1-800-345-2868. That's 1-800-345-2868. If you can't get through the phone lines, go right to NICOsports.com, NIKCO Sports.com. You could also, Rich, download a special gift certificate there if you want to use it for maybe a Valentine's gift coming up, or Father's Day, Mother's Day. The footballs are being made this week.
Fantastic.
And they'll be sent out in about 6 to 7 weeks.
Good.
And you'll get everything then.
Fantastic. What's before I let you get out of here, what's your Belichick story?
The Belichick story, I was covering Navy football back in the early 1970s for the Baltimore Sun when I just left the Washington Post. And Steve Belichick was one of the assistant coaches in those days.
Yep.
And his son, Bill, would come home from college and attend some of the practices, and Bill would hang around and carry the water bucket on the sidelines. And I remember that when I saw him at a Super Bowl, I was on Radio Row, and he was being asked a whole bunch of questions. You know how he can be. He doesn't give the one-word answers and everything else. So I raised my hand. I said, Bill, you want to tell everybody what a great water bucket boy you were back with Navy? Well, he started bursting out laughing, and he went into the story. And later on, some of the media that were there said, "Thank goodness, Bob, you rescued us. We gave us some good dialogue."
You softened him up.
I figured we'd be talking about Bill Belichick carrying a water bucket.
That's funny. Now, let me ask you.
When I saw Bill later on in years to come,
right?
He always would look over and he says, "Water boy, huh?
Nice.
Water boy."
What years did you cover them? In the early 70s or mid 70s?
In the early 70s, I was covering both the Terps and Navy football. And I did Navy basketball on the radio on WNAV down there in those days.
Was that when Forzano was the head coach of Navy?
Rick Forzano, that's right.
Yeah, because I remember. I think he had a cup of coffee with the Lions in the NFL as a head coach.
Yes, he did. He did. Great guy. I'll tell you what, Navy used to have the best media day every Wednesday. You didn't want to miss their midweek media day. They served the best steaks to all the media that would come down there. I'm talking about nice big T-bone steaks every Wednesday.
Wow, we don't get that anymore. When you go to
you don't. You're lucky to get peanuts and crackers.
Yeah. Hey, listen, real quick, the website and the number one more time before I let you get out of here, Bob.
Okay, fine. These are for the Super Bowl footballs for the Eagles. It's 1-800-345-2868, or just go to the website NICOsports.com, NIKCO sports.com. $99 gets you the football with the acrylic display case to help out the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And, Rich, in parting, I just want to let you guys know and your audience, we've raised about $2.4 million for Make-A-Wish in the last 4 years. So couldn't get it done without your help, and a big shout-out to your listeners.
I appreciate it, Bob. Always a pleasure. Class act. Keep it rolling, and great stuff. We'll talk along the way. Appreciate it, bud.
Okay. Be good now.
All right, you got it, Bob Ibach. A really good guy. Did a lot of PR work for the Cubs back in the day, worked in AC, covered the NFL, a lot of stuff with foundations. Really good foundation with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's good.